Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to learn to calculate the mean absolute deviation, abbreviated MAD, mean absolute deviation. This requires some work. It is the average of the distances each number is away from the mean. In other words, we need to calculate the mean of the numbers, find out how far away each of these numbers are individually away from the mean, and then find those distances average. That sounds kind of confusing, but we're going to walk through it slowly. The first thing I'm going to do is calculate the mean of this, not the mean absolute deviation, just the mean. So I'm going to do that. So I've calculated the mean of the numbers right here. I've added the 6, 6, 9, 2, 6, 7, divided by how many there are, 6 numbers. That's 36 divided by 6. The mean of the numbers is 6. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find out how far away are each of these numbers away from 6. So I basically go, how far away is 6 from 6? It's 0 units away. How far away is 6 from 6? It's 0 units away. How far away is 9 from 6? It's 3 units away. How far away is 2 from 6? It's 4 units away. How far away is 6 from 6? It's 0 units away. How far away is 7 from 6? It's 1 unit away. Now I want to emphasize that I don't worry about positives and negatives. 9 is above 6, 2 is below 6, but I still just count them as a positive 3 and a positive 4 units away, 3 numbers away. Now what I do is I find the average of these. So I add up the 0, and yes, I add those in. 3, 4, another 0, and a 1, and I divide by how many there are. I'm just finding the averages of those distances. So there was a total of 6 numbers. 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 1 is 8, and I get 8 divided by 6, and if you'll notice it says round to the nearest tenth, so 8 divided by 6, and I'm just using a calculator, it's 1.33333333, and it says to round to the nearest tenth. So my MAD, or my mean absolute deviation, is 1.3. So again, the first step is to find the average of the given numbers, then find out how far each of those numbers are away from the mean, and then find those distances average. Let's do this one more time to make sure you understand this concept. So first step, find the mean. So I found the mean of these numbers. First step, added them up, divided by how many there are, gives me an average of 5.5. And yes, we can have a decimal. Now I'm going to find the distance each of these numbers are away specifically from the mean. Now I've done that down here. In other words, 9 minus 5.5 is 3.5. 5.5 minus the 4 is 1.5. If you did 4 minus 5.5, you'd have a negative 1.5, but just drop the minus sign. Do not keep your negatives. You want the distance, and distance is always positive. 8 minus 5.5 is 2.4. 5 minus 5.5 is 0.5. 4 minus 5.5 would be a negative 1.5, but I drop the minus sign. Don't keep it. We want its distance. 3 minus 5.5 is a negative 2.5, but I drop the minus sign because I want its distance, and I don't treat distance as negative. Now I'm going to find the average of these. So I add all these together and divide by how many numbers there are. So when I added them up, I got 12. I take the 12, I divide by, there's 6 of them, so I divide by 6, and I get that the mean absolute deviation is 2. So that's what I type into here. Again, if you need to rewatch this a couple times. If you need help, please do ask in class. The hardest thing I think about this is just it's time consuming. You got to find the average or the mean of the original set of numbers. Then you got to find the difference between that mean and each of these numbers, this is the difference. Just make sure you keep everything positive. And then you got to find the averages of those distances. The average of the distances each number is from the mean of the numbers. Again, if you have questions, please do bring them to class and I will help you.